In this video, I want to get vulnerable and share some really sensitive things, particularly around beauty and grooming. I am going to talk about my experience and the standard of beauty that I grew up with, and then the standard of beauty I felt I had to adopt in moving to the United States, and just how pejorative that can be, and how detrimental it is to one's confidence and your sense of self. So please, I hope you enjoy, but I hope also that this gives you some things to consider for yourself. But before I get into any of my commentary, here's a look at my grooming and beauty routine. So this morning I wanted to do a little bit of my grooming. I don't think I'm gonna have time to do it because it's 8:37. Didn't realize it would take me that long. So it'll probably have to be a multiple day type event deal. So, in or over the next few minutes, I am going to talk about just my views on grooming and the racialization that can occur in grooming, and the marginalization too that occurs. I don't cover everything on here. You'll have to check my YouTube channel out, and I'll leave a link to watch the rest and to get the rest of my thoughts. I also do want to let you know that the sound is not great in the next section. And so thank you for bearing with me. It does get a little bit better towards the end, but the sound is just not that good. Hi, good morning. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Cherie here, and today, this morning, I wanted to talk a little bit more about my grooming routine as a Black woman, and even use the idea and the topic of grooming to maybe even talk about, not maybe, to deliberately talk through and talk about how just the different ways that even grooming gets racialized, and there is a certain standard, particularly living in a Western country. There's a certain standard of grooming that is deemed as acceptable and proper. by some, by most, by many. And if you fall outside of that standard, you'll be scolded, ostracized, etc. So I want to talk about that. Before I do that, I want to just talk a little bit about the products that I use to just for me, for wellness, just to protect my skin, etc. So the first thing that I use is water. Water is very important to me in any routine, and so just staying hydrated. Don't drink as much water as I probably need to, and so that's something that I'm working on. So, but for just like my face and for my hair, I do use a lot of water, and so you saw me use rose water before, and just regular water, filtered water. For my hair, I do that. And then the second thing that is really important to me are good oils. And so Weleda is a brand that I don't know if you can see it yet, that I really like. And so this is a conditioning hair oil, and I use this for my hair to just I put it on top of water to like kind of seal it, and I use some other oils as well, depending if my scalp feels dry or if I've sort of cleansed my scalp with my whatchamacallit mix, the aloe vera juice and a little bit of apple cider vinegar and the water. After I've used that to cleanse my scalp, then I add some more water, and then I seal that moisture in with a conditioner or with, sometimes I use jojoba oil or grapeseed oil or any other like oils that I have to keep the moisture in my hair, because moisture tends to my hair gets very dry, and the moisture doesn't necessarily go down the strand as it would for other maybe it's like straighter hair, because my hair is so coily, and so I do my part in helping to keep moisture on my hair. So then I want to talk about my deodorant that I use. This is the Primal Pit Paste. It's a charcoal formula, and I wanted to talk about that because I actually rarely use deodorant because I take a bit of chlorophyll. You saw that I do that every day. I take just like 1 or 2 drops. It's alcohol free. There's peppermint. This is a peppermint flavor, and yeah, it helps. It helps with to keep like bacteria. It just flushes your system of bacteria. So I don't have bad breath. I don't have BO, and a lot of that happened when particularly because my deodorant is natural. When I started to use the chlorophyll, it definitely helped a lot with that. Um, let's see. Some of you might know I do not consume animal products. I in any fashion, in any way. So no eggs, no milk. I don't buy leather. I don't buy silk, suede. There are so many other alternatives that are not harmful to the environment and doesn't require that, doesn't require me imposing my desire not to survive, but to just look cool, at the expense of another being losing their chance to live and their ability to live. And so because of that, I take a B12 supplement every day, and I also take a vitamin D3. I take 3 drops of that every day. I don't know if you can see. Anyways, um, and then I also have ashwagandha. This tastes really gross. I take that a little bit of that every day. And this is not for not because of my diet, but this is just for my stomach. I get like stomach pains, and it just helps with my digestion, and this helps with my immune system like big time. So I haven't had I take a like a little bit of this because it's really disgusting, like I said, but I haven't had like a fever or anything like that. Maybe like in the last 2 years that I've been taking this. I mean, I would say like I take a few drops. Now I take it once a day because of just everything in the environment. I'm like I'm trying to protect myself and my immune system. But this is oil of oregano, and so yeah, so I take that a bit of that a little bit every day now. But before I would say maybe like once a week, or if I started to feel sick. But I figured I'll just take it every day and just prevent getting to the place of being sick. But um, I do wear makeup, and I'm trying to transition all of my makeup products and transition to all natural all natural vegan makeup products. And so this is a spray a setting spray that I from Boskia, and it has rose water in it. I don't know if you can see it, but anyways. So after I apply makeup, I'm not wearing makeup now. This is just au naturel. Um, and then from Tatcha, I will use this primer. And when I do that, I'll talk about my makeup another day. But when I do that, I wear like I also don't like makeup at all. It just feels like a chore. It feels like a chore to put on and a chore to take off. And life already has so many things that are chores. So, gosh, I'm just not a fan. And so that's also why I try to take care of my skin so much so that I don't need makeup. Not that anyone ever needs it. It's more of a like it, um, but yeah, I like my skin. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. So that is my little skincare. So I want to talk a little bit about normalizing certain types of grooming and certain ways that different individuals take care of themselves and take care of their body. Um, and and I also want to talk about how even not even just also in how we groom ourselves, there is a level of cultural superiority and 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 intolerance for otherness and for those who may not, yeah, those who may not follow the same standards of beauty. I'm gonna share share how I was raised and the things for me that were beautiful, and and how that changed when I moved to the U.S. Um, and so, if you want to hear more, I'm gonna put the rest on my YouTube and go into more detail there.